Hello everybody, how are you, my students? Today we'll solve General Secondary Education Certificated Examination First Session 2022 Third Year Secondary. Okay, look at question number 1. Choose the correct answer. Number 1. If x is a normal random variable whose mean mu, standard deviation sigma, then probability mu less than or equal to x and x less than or equal to mu plus 2 sigma equal space. In this example, we must convert from x to z by subtract mu and divided by sigma. Z equal x subtracted by mu divided by sigma. Then we can write probability with x subtracted by mu divided by sigma. We have here probability mu less than or equal to x less than or equal to mu plus 2 sigma. U subtracted by, we have here mu subtracted by mu divided by sigma less than or equal to x convert to z, because we know z equal x subtract by mu divided by sigma. We must convert from x to z because we talk about a normal random variable. Normal random variable, we must convert from x to z by subtracting mu and divided by sigma. And here mu plus 2 sigma subtract mu and divided by sigma. Then we can write here mu subtract by mu equals 0 divided by sigma equals 0 less than or equal to z less than or equal to mu subtract mu cancel it, 2 sigma divided by sigma equal 2. So we must look at the probability here. We have this curve, probability from 0 to 2. Look at the table and find the probability and the area. Okay, look at the table here. The result will be 0.4772. Then the result will be 0.477 and 2. This is the result. Choose letter C. Okay. Question number 2. If the 2 points 8 and 10, 6 and 12 lie on region line on y on x and the coordinate. Again, question number 2. If the 2 points 8, 10, 6 and 12 lie in region line on y on x and the correlation is perfect, then each of the following points lie on the same region in the except what? By except what? You want about except. Okay, all point lies in the same region here without what? Okay, we must find the slope. We have here correlation point where it's about 8 and 10. 8, it's the first point, and second point here 6 and 12. We know y equal mx plus constant. You know y equal slope. Here we can find the slope y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. 6 subtract by, or y2 x and y and x and y. Okay, we can write y2 minus y1 12 minus 10 over x here, or 6 minus 8. 12 minus 10 equal to 6 minus 8 equal negative 2. Then the slope will be equal negative 1. Then negative 1 plus constant. We can choose any point here. Look at 6 and 12 lies in straight line L. Okay, this straight line. Then 6 in the x, y 12. Then 12 will be equal negative 6 plus constant. Then constant will be 80. Then the equation y equal negative x plus constant negative x plus 80. Okay, it's the correlation perfect. All the point lies on the same region except what? We can find the slope about 8 and 10, and the point here 5 and 15. 5 and 15. We can find the slope here. 10 minus 15 over 8 minus 5. 10 minus 15 negative 5. 8 minus 5 equal 3. So the slope here not equal what? Not equal negative 1. So we must choose letter what? Letter A, because he asked about the point what? All the point lines in the same regression line, except what? Except the point 5 and 15, because the slope about 5 and 15 and 8 and 10 not equal to what? Not equal negative 1. Understood? Okay, then you can find this result by the small steps by using the rule about the slope equal m. Okay, y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. He tell me all the point lies in the same regression, except what? Except 5 and 15. Why? Because if you want to find the slope between 5 and 15 and any point here 8 and 10 or 6 or 12, choose 6 or 12, the result not equal to what? Equal to negative 1, because we get the slope about this example equal negative 1. So you can find the slope equal 12 subtracted by 15 over 6 minus 5. Okay, the point here 6 and 12 and 5 and 15. 12 subtract by 15 over 6 minus 5. The result will be what? 12 minus 15 equal negative 3, and 6 minus 1, 6 minus 5 equal 1. The result will be negative 3, not equal to negative 1, because the slope in this example equal what? Equal 12 minus 10 over 6 subtract by 8. 12 minus 10 equal 2, 6 minus 8 equal 2, and 2 divided by 2 equal 1. Again, 12 subtract by 10 over 6 minus 8. 6 minus 8 here equal negative 2. Then the slope will be equal negative 2. Okay, but the slope about the point 5 and 15 and any point not equal to negative 1. So we must choose what? Choose letter A. Okay, because the slope about 5 and 15 and the point 8 and 10 or 6 and 12, it will be not equal to negative 1. Okay, the slope in this example equal negative 1, but you get the result negative 3 or any numbers not equal to negative 1, so we must choose letter E. Question 3. 1,000 learners are students in one of the languages faculty. The number of learners studying English is 600. The number of learners studying French 500. Okay, we have a lot of students. 1,000 is total 1,000. 600 perfect what? Perfect English, and 500 perfect what? French. The number of learners studying both about English intersection by French equal 350. If a learner has been randomly chosen from this faculty, then the probability that learner studies French if she studies English. Okay, again, probability about learners French if probability she studied English. The probability about intersection, if intersection by E, over probability of E. Intersection here 350 over probability of E here equals 600. The result will be 7 over 12. The number of learners studying English is 600. The number of learners studying French 500. The number of learners studying both is 350. It's meaning intersection between E and F. If a learner has been randomly chosen from his faculty, then the probability that the learner studied French if she studied English. If it's meaning short here, condition B, if condition E. Probability about F intersection E over probability of E equal 350 over 600 equals 7 over 12. Choose letter B. Discrete random variable whose probability distribution as follow: x1 and f of x1. We want to find the mean equal mu equal what? We can find the summation about x multiplication by f of x. It's equal 1 multiplication by 0.4 plus 2 multiplication 0.3 plus 3 multiplication 0.2 plus 4 multiplication 0.1. It will be what? 0.4 plus 0.6 plus 0.6 plus 0.4. The result will be what? Equal 4, 10, 10 to 20 and point right 2. The result will be equal to, choose letter B about this example. Choose letter B. Okay. Question 5. If regression line equation y equal of y on x is y equal to x minus 1, then the accepted value of y when x equal 10 equal space. If the regression line equation of y on x is y equal to x minus 1, then the accepted value of y when x equal 10 equal, put x here equal 10, we have y equal to x minus 1, then y equal 2 multiplication by x, x here equal 10, subtract by 1, then y will be equal 20 minus 1 equal 19. Choose letter C. Question 6. The relation between circumference of circle and its radius is space correlation. We know circumference of circle equal 2 pi r, r equal radius, it's meaning radius of circle. So circumference here, it will be perfect direct about what? Relation about circumference and radius. We must choose letter D, perfect direction. Perfect direct, okay? Letter D. Choose letter D. Question 7. If A and B are two independent events of a sample space. Independent events, here it's meaning what? Probability about A intersection by B. It's equality probability of the first multiplication probability about the second. This word here are two independent events. It's meaning what? The intersection between A and B equal probability first multiplication by probability about second. We can find probability about intersection of them. He give us probability of A was 4 and probability of B equal half. Then the intersection between them A and B equal 1 over 8. We want to find probability about A or B. Probability B difference A equal, we can write the rule, probability about here, right, probability about B subtract probability about A intersection by B. Why? Because we have here A and B and randomly, and the space here A and B. We want to find probability B difference A. It's meaning probability B subtract by intersection about A and B. Okay, the probability about difference between B and A equal probability about the first subtract intersection. We have here probability of B equal half. So the result here will probability of B equal half subtract about intersection of B 1 over 8. We can convert to 1 over 2. It will be 4 over 8. Subtract 1 over 8. The result will be 3 over 8. Understood? Again, this space here, it's meaning intersection between A and B. We want to find probability A difference B or B, or B difference A, B difference A, it's meaning this part. We can get this part by subtract probability of B cancel from it probability about A intersection by B. Then the result will be 3/8. Choose letter C. Question 8. If x is a continuous random variable, its identity function is f of x equal x plus 1/12 when x greater than or equal to 0, less than or equal to 4, and 0 otherwise. Find probability from x greater than to what? To 4. Probability about x greater than or equal to here from x equal to 4. Because about this space here, the area from we have 0 here to 4. He won't find the area from x equal 2 to 4, this part. Won't find the area about this part. Probability about x greater than or equal to 2. It's meaning about probability x greater than or equal to 2 and less than or equal to 4. The ending here for beginning by 2. This area we want to find probability about what's the rule here? Probability about 4 plus probability about 2 all divided by 2 multiplication the difference between them 4 minus 2 equal 2. It's the height. We have trapezium here. Probability about 4. Put here 4 plus 1 equal 5, 5/12. The result here 5/12. And probability about 2. Put here 2 plus 1 equal 3, 3/12. Then you can write here the result cancel 2 by 2. And probability 4 equal 5/12. Probability of 2 equal 3/12. You can find the result 8/12 and divided by 4. Numerator and denominator. 4 divided by 2 equal 8 divided by 4 equal 2. 12 divided by 4 equal 3. The result will be 2/3 about this example. Okay, look at here. We have two probability about 2 where 2 equal 3/12. 3/12 and 4 5/12. We have here a trapezium. The area about trapezium equal the sum of two bases here, small base and the longest base multiplication by height. The height here was 2. It's the height. It's the height, okay? And it's the middle. The middle base here equal half of probability about 4 and probability of 2. Probability of 4 plus probability of 2 divided by 2, we can find the middle base here. Multiplication by height to find the area. Then the result will be equal to 2/3. Choose 2/3 letter D. Question number 9. In a study to show the relation between two variables x and y, if knowing that summation x equal 10, summation y equal 32, and number of students equal 4, or n equal 4, and the equation of the regression line is y equal a plus 2x equal a equal what? We know y equal a plus 2x. Then summation about y, the first subtract, look at here. We know y equal a plus 2x. Then a, we can find it by, right, summation about y subtract by 2 summation of x over number over the number n. Okay, we can find e equal summation of y in this example. He give us summation y 32. Subtract 2 multiplication by summation x equal 10 over the number here was 4. Number was 4. Okay. And the result will be 32 subtract by 20 over 4. Write 2 and 3 minus 2 equal 1. The result will be equal 3. Choose letter C about this example. Question number 10. If x is a continuous random variable, its density function here equal what? We know the probability about the area equal 1 because it tells us in the example a continuous random variable. Then probability about 1 and probability about 5, the sum of them equal what? Equal 1 by divided by 2. It's the area about trapezium. You know the probability about question number 9. or question 8. Oh, question 8. I solved this example like question number 8. We know the probability about area about this example equal 1. We can find the area here, half multiplication probability about 1 plus probability about 5. The result will be equal 1. Why? Because it tells us the continuous random variable. Then the probability about this example 1, the beginning and the end, they give us this interval here from 1 to 5. Probability 1 plus probability 5 divided by 2, it will be equal 1 because the probability about area equal 1. Okay, it will be like this. From 1 to 5 we will have here a trapezium. The area about trapezium, half times space plus space here, small base and get space divided by 2 multiplication by height. The height, the difference between them, it will be equal what? Equal 4. Okay, because 5 minus 1 equal 4. So the probability about 1 here, put 1 in this example, it will be 1x over 12. Then the result will be, the area will be half multiplication by, put 1 here, look at here, 1 times x, 1 times m over 12, 1 over 12. And 1 times m, it will be m over 12. And put 5 here, 5 times m, it will be 5 m over 12, multiplication by 4, all will be equal 1. Again, in this example, he tells us x a continuous random variable. It's meaning the area equal 1. About drawing the trapezium from the interval 1 to 5, its area equal 1. Area about trapezium, half times multiplication of what? Small base and longest base, sum of them. To find the middle piece here, multiplication by height. You can cancel 2 here and write 12 in the numerator. 5m plus m equals 6m. Multiplication by 2 equal 1 and cancel 1 and 6. 6 by 6. Then m here will be equal 1. Understood? Why we do it this properties here? Because he tell us x a continuous random variable. It's meaning the area part equal 1 from 1 to 5. Area equal half multiplication, the sum of two bases multiplication by height. The area will be equal 1 here because he tell me x a continuous random variable. Question 11. Question 11. If the monthly wages of a group workers follow a normal distribution, whose mean mu equal 5,000 lira, standard deviation sigma equal 500 lira, and then the percentage of the number of workers whose wages more than 614.5 lira equal space percent. You want to find probability about x greater than 6,145. Okay. In this example, we must convert from x to z. We know x equal or z equal x subtract mu divided by sigma. Then we can cancel x here and write z by subtract mu and divided by sigma. 6,145 subtract by mu divided by sigma. Then probability about z will be greater than 6,145 subtract by mu give us here, look at 5,000 divided by sigma. Sigma here 500. Then probability about z will be greater than the difference between them and divided by 500. We can use a calculator to find the result. Using calculator, the result will be what? 2.29. Okay, we want to find the area about this part. Look at here. If we draw the curve here from 2 and 29 hundredths, we want to find the area about this part. We know this part, the area about this part equal 0.5. Okay, we can find this area by look at the table probability from 0 to this number, and the result we can cancel it from 0.5. So the result will be 0.5. This area, cancel this area from it. Probability from 0 z greater than equal to 0 or greater than 0 and less than 2.29. Okay, I will get the result from the table about the area here. Look at the table with me, and the result we will cancel it from 0.5 or from half. Look at the table with me. We get the result from the table 0.4890, and the result we can cancel it from 0.5. The result will be 0.011. You want result to percentage, convert the result percentage by multiplication by 100 or percent. To convert from percent, we must multiplication by 100. Multiplication by 100, we must move in the point to right hand side by 2 digits. The result will be 1.1. Okay, we get the result here from the table. Look at the table here. The result will be 0.4890. Okay, and the result we must convert it to percentage, multiplication by 100%. Question 12. If A and B are two events of a simple space of random experiment S, probability of A 6 over 25, probability intersection about A and B equal 3 over 25, the probability B condition in equal space. We can find the rule here. Probability about B condition of A, it's meaning probability about intersection between them over probability the second here, probability of A. Okay, probability intersection give us the result here. Intersection between them 3 over 25 divided by probability about A 6 over 25. The result will be 1 over 2. Choose letter B. Question 13. If the mean mu of random variable is equal to 100, its coefficient of version is 5%. Coefficient of version 5%. Then the standard deviation sigma of random variable equal what? He give us the coefficient variable or coefficient of version 5%. Okay, we know sigma over mu multiplication by 100 all percent, it will be equal 5%. So as the coefficient of version. Coefficient of version equal 5%. Then sigma here, we want to find the sigma. Okay, sigma over mu give us the random variables 200 multiplication by 100, it will be 5. We can tell percent by percent and cancel double zero by double zero. Then sigma will be 2 times 5 equal 10. Then the result will be letter B equal 10. Standard division of sigma random variable equal 10. Why? Because we have the rule about coefficient of version 5%. Coefficient of version 5%, meaning sigma over mu multiplication by 100 or percent equal 5%. Then sigma over mu, we have 200 here, cancel 100 by 100 here, the result will be 2 in the numerator, 2 times 5, it will be equal 10. Letter B. Question 14, if that is standard normal random variable, probability of 0 greater than or equal to 0 is 0 equal to 1.24. Look at the table because we have z. He tells us the standard random variable. So we must look at the table to find probability about z greater than or equal to 0 to 1.24 in hundreds. You can look at the table and find the result in one step. Look at here 1.2 and fourth, it's the result here 0.3926. Okay, 1.2 and 4 right here, 1.2 here, and choose 4 in hundredths. Intersection in this part, this area will be 0.3926. Choose letter D about this example. Question 15, the number which represents a perfect inverse correlation between two variables equal what? We have perfect inverse. Perfect inverse is meaning negative 1. Choose letter C. choose letter C, -1, because it tells us a perfect inverse correlation. Perfect inverse correlation, the result will be -1. Choose letter C. Question 16. If A and B are two events in a simple space of a random experiment S, probability A 0.6, probability B 0.5, probability intersection B equals 0.3, then the two events A and B are equal. We know probability of A multiplication probability of B equal probability A intersection B. If you get the result here to be equality, we can choose here independent. We must choose independent. If probability of A multiplication by probability of B equal probability A intersection B, then we can say the two events A and B are independent. Independent. Okay, choose letter B. Look at here, we know probability of A give us 0.6. Multiplication probability of B equals 0.5. The result will be 0.3, equal about 0.3 here, about intersection. So we must choose letter B about question 16. Understood? Again, in this example, we must get the result about probability A and probability B. The result will be 0.3. It's equal to probability intersection about A and B. It will be 0.3. So we must choose letter B, independent. The relation about A and B will be what? Independent. But the result will not. If the result will be not equal to 0.3, you must choose dependent. Okay. Look at question 17. If X is a discrete random variable whose range 2, 3, 5 and its probability distribution function is given by the relation f of x equal m multiplication by x, then the value of m, he tells us discrete random variable. What's the meaning about discrete random variable? It's meaning f of the first number plus first of second number and third number. The result will be 1 from the range. We can find here about this function, but x equal 3, it will be 3m plus it will be 2m here plus 3m plus 5m equal 1. Okay, but x here equal 5m. It will be what? It will be 10m equal 1, then m equal 1 over 10, 0.1. Result will be 0.1. The value of m. Question 18. If z is standard normal random variable, then probability of z greater than or equal to equal what? Letter A or B or C or D. We can draw here. He tells us a standard random variable z. We have z here. Look at this curve here about probability z here greater than or equal to this part. This part equivalent this part. Choose z less than or equal to -2 because the area about this part equals the area about this part. Understood? The area from 2 here to infinity equals the area from -infinity to -2. Question 19. When calculating Spearman's rank relation coefficient R between two variables x and y, if summation d square equal 40 and n equal 5, then R equal space. We can find R by using this rule. R equal 1 subtract 6 multiplication by summation d square and give us here 40 over n was 5 multiplication by 5 power 2 subtract by 1. 1 subtract the result. 4 times 6 equal 24 and 5 multiplication by 5 power 2 25 subtract by 1. It will be 24. 1 minus the result here. The result will be equal -1. Okay, choose letter B. Equal -1. Choose letter B. Question 20. If A and B are two independent events, probability of A equals 0.4, probability B 0.5, the probability about A union B. We can use the rule here, probability A union B equal probability the first plus probability about second, subtract probability A intersection B. 0.4 plus 0.5 about A equal probability A plus probability B, subtract probability about intersection. We know in this example tell us two independent events, meaning probability of A intersection B equal probability A multiplication probability B. It will be 0.4 multiplication 0.5, it will be equal 0.2. We can write probability of A equals 0.4 plus probability of B 0.5, subtract 0.2. 0.9 subtract 0.2, it will be 0.7. The result will be letter A, because he tells us in this example A and B are two independent events, meaning probability about A multiplication probability of B equal probability about suit. The result will be 0.7. Question 21. The functions that represent probability distribution of random variables x equal. Look at here, probability distribution of random variable, it's meaning probability about 1 and 2 and 3 equal 1. Look at here, probability of 1 plus probability of 2 plus probability of 3, the result will be must equal 1. Look at here, letter A, 0.2, the image about of x will be 0.2 and 0.3 and 0.5, the result will be equal 1. So we must choose letter A, but letter B and letter C, the result will be not equal 1. And letter D, probability of 1 and 2 and 3 equal 1, but we have here negative. The image must be not equal negative, so we must choose letter A about this example. Question 22. If Z in standard normal random variables, then probability about Z greater than or equal to negative 1.6 and less than or equal to 0. Look at the area here from JAWS 1.6. This part we can look at the table and find the area, but he give us here negative 1.6. This area equals this area. The probability about this part interval from negative 1.6 to 0 equal from 0 to 1.6. Result will probability Z greater than or equal to 0 and less than or equal to 1.6. Look at the table and find the area about this part. 1.6, it will be 0.4462, this area. The result here 0.466 and 2. 0.4452, choose letter P. Question 23. Statistical study to calculate the correlation coefficient between two variables x and y if summation x equal 0, summation y 0, summation x square 10, summation y square 40, summation x multiplication y equal 20 and n equal 5, then the Pearson's correlation, to find Pearson's correlation coefficient between two variables x and y equal space. We can write the rule here about correlation Pearson's are equal n multiplication summation of x multiplication y subtract by summation x multiplication by summation y over square root of n summation x square subtract by summation x all power 2 multiplication by n summation y square subtract summation y all power 2. Then r will be equal n here was what 5 multiplication by summation x dot y, it will be 20 subtract summation x times y, summation x 0 and summation y 0 over square root of n here was 5 multiplication by summation x square 10 summation x all power 2, it will be 0, multiplication by 5 multiplication summation y power 2, 40, subtract summation y all power 2, summation y power 2, 0, result will be 100 over 50, 200, it will be 100 over 50 times 200, it will be 100 here, and square root about multiplication them, it will be 100 over 100, the result will be equal 1. Choose letter A. Question 24. A bag contains 6 white balls and 10 green balls. If 2 balls have been consecutively drawn randomly without replacing, okay, then the probability that 2 balls are green equal. The first will be what? And second will be what? The first, here he tell us if 2 balls have been consecutively drawn randomly without replacing, the probability that 2 balls are green equal. The first will be green. How many green here? 10. Over the total will be 6 plus 10 equals 16. He tell us without replacing. Without replacing, we can cancel 1 from 10, it will be 9, and cancel 1 from 16, it will be 15. 10 over 16 multiplication 9 over 15, we can find the result because we can get 1 ball in the first expression. Okay, we have here 16 ball, and the second expression we have 15 ball. The first we will get 1 ball green from 10, it will be 9, and it's meaning multiplication. 10 times 9 over 16 times 15. We can simplify it by divided by 2 here, it will be 5, it will be 8, divided by 5 equal 1, it will be 3, it will be 9, and 24. And we can cancel divided by 3 again. Okay, it will be 3 over 8. Letter A. Understood this example? We have a bag contains 6 white and 10 greens, and the total will be equal 16 ball. We have 16 ball. We have 6 white and 10 green. Okay, he tell us if 2 balls have been consecutively drawn randomly without replacing. This word without replacing, it's meaning if you get 1 ball from the bag here from 16, the remainder will be 15. So in the first experiment you will get 10 from 16, and the second expression here you will get 9 green from 15 ball green. The result will be 3 over 8. Choose letter A. What about without replacing? Without replacing, it's meaning we can't put the point or the ball in the next step. But if he cancels this word without, if the teacher cancels this word, you must write here 10 over 16 multiplication 10 over 16. But this word without replacing, it's meaning we can't put the ball in the next expression. The first expression we must choose 1 ball from 10 balls from all the numbers 16, but the next expression we can choose 9 because the remainder 9. We get 1 ball from 10 balls, and the remainder will be 9. 9 from the total will be 15 because the ball I get it in my hand from 16, the remainder will be 15. So the result will be 3 over 8 by multiplication 10 over 16 and 9 over 15. Okay, what about if the teacher cancels without? If the teacher cancels this word without, we must write 10 over 16 multiplication 10 over 16. Okay, but in this example without replacing, it's meaning the first expression we must choose from 10 balls from the total 10 from 16 And the second expression, we must one ball from 9 balls from the total balls 50. The result will be 3/8. Question 25. In the following table, XR if XR if of XR represent the probability distribution function. The random facts X variable X in is a variable K equal. He asks about K. We know the 0.3 plus K plus 0.3. The image here about the range, it will be summation will be 1. Then K plus 0.6 equal 1. So K will be 1 subtract 0.6. The K will be 0.4. Choose letter A. Okay, choose letter A.